Welcome to Michelle's Home and Garden, where we transform and create beautiful spaces through the inspiration of the garden and design, the creativity of DIY, and the discovery of stylish, unique finds through thrifting and shopping. I'm so glad you're joining me today. Hi, everyone. We are in Sandwich, Illinois at the Sandwich Market today. So, we are going to check it all out. So, this market is held the second Sunday of the month at the Sandwich Fairgrounds. And so, if you're in the area, which Sandwich is about an hour outside of Chicago, you may want to stop and check it out. They had lots of vendor booths, and don't let the word antique scare you away. I think it was more vintage flea market type finds. And I didn't think the pricing was really bad on this stuff. It just depended on the vendor and what you were looking for. I thought these candlesticks were really pretty. I seen them from a distance, but then when I got up close, I did see one of the glasses was broke on it, so I passed on those. Now I did see this. This would make really cute garden decor. Of course, I would take the rabbit and the eggs out and make it more, probably put a candle in it for out in the garden. And then this booth had lots of home decor in it that we could also repurpose for the garden. But one thing, he had tons of boxes, and I talked to him for a little bit, the vendor. But look how he has rimmed all of his glassware. I've never seen that done at any of the markets I've been to before. He took extra special care trying to keep all of his stuff super nice. He had cute little bowls and transferware plates, and like I said, more home decor, but also a lot of cream and sugar pitchers and all different patterns and styles that I like to repurpose for out in the garden. I thought this one was really pretty. It had some pink flowers on it. So I just wanted you to see that huge amount of boxes, and he had lots of shoppers. So in the distance, I spotted a Morton building, and I wanted to go in and see what was inside of the Morton building and what they had to offer in there. And I was quite surprised. There was a lot of, I would say that these are actually shop owners that actually have stores at different locations, and then they set up vendor booths too. But this one had really pretty home decor and garden decor. It was a mix. A lot of these little shops here, these little vendor booths, had mixtures of new stuff and vintage stuff. And it was both home and garden. And you can also take, some of the home stuff and repurpose that out in the garden. I like the wicker. I like the little picture there that I just had my hand on with the lady. I thought that would be pretty out in the garden. Lots of oil paintings even, and then some pretty metal too. Uh, Something to put on top of the urn with the metal trellis, and then the wall hanging. I could see a beautiful super tunia in that wall hanging. It was really heavy and would look pretty, and even a wall trellis that I looked at for a bit, trying to decide if I had a place I could use that out in the garden. So just a mixture of stuff, and I did like looking through and actually came back around and gave it a second look. They did have some ice cream parlor chairs and a little table for out in the garden. Now that's what I have out in my garden. And then some more silver. We can always use silver to put beautiful garden flowers in. You can use those outside or inside. Now this was really cute. I think they might have made this. I seen this in black and in white, the little cage made out of wire. That would be nice over a plant out in the garden. There was lots of stuff at this booth though. Had to check it all out. I liked the wicker little honeybee hive. I thought that would be cute garden decor. And then a lot of shabby chic chalk painted French type furniture. And then this booth had, I talked to this gentleman, he makes all of his own furniture. And so he had some beautiful handmade furniture that was just gorgeous if that was your aesthetic. Really, really nice though. And even some plant stands there off to the side. Now, in the middle of this Morton building was a pull behind trailer that I just had to show you. They had taken this trailer and finished it on the inside and created a little store inside like you would be shopping at. Had a lot of pretty home decor in it. I was looking at all the brass that she had. She had done just an absolutely gorgeous job on displaying it and making it look very very nice, like a little shop that you would want to go into. And I've been looking for copper for the bookcases in the dining room. So I was checking out all of her copper and then checking out, I really like these types of booths when I go to markets because they're so stylized. And I used to be a visual merchandiser. So I really get a lot of inspiration when I look at how they display stuff and how they put stuff together. So I really liked this booth and checking out all the way she had styled her different items. So before we head back outside looking for more garden decor, I've created the summer garden box with curated items I personally shop for you. To learn more, click on the link below. So I immediately spotted this bird cage that would be really nice repurposed as a planter out in the garden. And then this white teapot would make a really pretty holder for garden flowers. There was all kind of furniture, and in the distance I spotted a wicker chair, but then I looked down and saw this pretty heavy brass frame that would be really pretty with a painting in it or a picture in it. But I headed over to look at the little plant stand with the curly legs and the vintage chair. I have been looking for wicker chairs, but I want to set it too. I've been on the hunt for a while for wicker chairs, even looking on Marketplace, but haven't been able to score any yet. But I did see this pretty patio set, and they had some different little tables that we could repurpose for garden flowers. And this I thought was really pretty. It was a glass top garden table. And then look at the vintage chair that needs a new paint job that went with it. It was super duper heavy, but it was really pretty. And this would make a cute little basket to hang on a wall, like on a fence or a shed, and put some flowers in. This would be cute with some tools hanging from the little hooks. And then you could put seed packets, your gloves, different items in the little pockets. And then this oblong little basket with the gingham liner. I thought that was super cute. And then these chairs. Now, these were some more ice cream parlor type chairs, but they were made out of wood. But I really liked the bright red, cheery color and a pretty gold mirror down there. I love mirrors for out in the garden. A French market bucket or an olive bucket, either way, we can repurpose that for flowers. And then they had some pretty pictures and glasses in a flower pattern. Lots of silver on the table with different pictures and teapots, creamers. All of those make beautiful flower holders out in the garden to put your garden flowers in. And you can use them indoors too for your garden flowers. I have several that I've started collecting in all different sizes and love putting different arrangements in them. Now, this section over here had some more furniture, and I seen the wicker chairs from a distance. But once I got closer, they just really wasn't the style I was looking for. These were super cute chairs. Now, the seating had been worn out on them, but if you could repurpose those, they had a really pretty design, would have been really pretty out in the garden. So this little tent had all kinds of cool garden type stuff that I could repurpose out in the garden. I had so much fun looking through all this. More ice cream parlor chairs for the garden. Lots of course, home stuff too, furniture and lamps. But then I spotted in a distance this bird type cage with they had put some actual bird decor in it, and I thought that would be really pretty out in the garden too. You could repurpose that, put a cocoa liner in it, put some flowers in it. And then they actually had one here that had the glass in it. I looked at that. It had the metal hooks on the top of it. So I'm not sure if you would hang that maybe or what you would do with it, but I did think it was super cute to put some flowers in or some decor in for the garden. Nice little bread box there to repurpose. And then they had some pretty mirrors. You could use those indoors, out in your shed, in your garden, depending on your aesthetic. But this was definitely my aesthetic. I really liked the style of this booth, all kinds of cool things to look at. And it was pretty busy. There was quite a few people. cute little bunny, and also really like this bird cage. I spotted a lot of bird cages this day, and I bird cages you can repurpose into garden planters. And if you're not having any luck finding them at thrift stores, go to markets because I'm seeing a lot of bird cages at markets. And you can pick you up a bird cage and plant it up and hang it out in your garden just to add your garden, a little bit extra out in your garden. Okay, let's style the stuff I got at the market. So I have placed the urn in the center of the garden, and I think this will look really pretty on the top of it. So we have a white calibrachoa and some tricolor potato vine, and this is, I think, a licorice plant, and we are going to tuck all this, we'll pull it in and tuck it up inside of here. And this is just a little bit smaller than the actual circumference, the lip of the urn, but it works pretty good. Now these are the urns that I purchased at Lowe's, and then I had mentioned before that I had looked for a long time for a base to put them on that matched the same color tone, and I couldn't find anything. So I came up with, and I've heard now some of you have done this too and had the same idea. This is actually, that it's setting on the pedestal, is Lowe's bird bath, and I flipped it upside down, took the top off the bird bath, and I just have that setting somewhere else out in the garden, and then set the urn on top of it, and it makes a perfect pedestal. So really like that. Now, if you're gonna do that around a high traffic area, I would glue the urn to the base, and you may even want to take your base, and you can see down at the bottom, I have it on a paver. You may even want to caulk it or glue it to the paver, just so it's more secure. Now, I do not currently have it glued together, but then this isn't really a high traffic area and I don't have children that I need to worry about. I do see that we need to fix this a little bit right here. And I just really like the look of it. I think that is a nice accent for the garden and just dresses up the urn a little bit more. Okay, we've got a little DIY we're gonna do. So I have gumdrop lavender spray paint. And what I like to do, let me show you here, is once the alliums are done blooming and they still have their flower, their seed heads on them, I have some that I've spray painted this color, and I've also done them in dark purple before, but with the emerald green arborvitaes, this color seems to show up more. Well, once I trimmed the Olivia rose back, I found two more that I missed. So we're gonna give them a quick coat of spray paint. And I'm gonna take this and do that. Just like that. We're just giving the actual seed heads a coat of paint. Now, those will last for a long time. I did the serendipity alliums last summer once they got done blooming. And I did a mixture of this color and also a darker purple color, and they lasted all winter long and into the spring, and I actually had to trim them down. The actual stalk started to turn yellow, meaning it was time to pull them out. So I could have these for several weeks here in the summertime, and it just gives the garden an extra pop of color with spray painting those seed heads. So if you're wanting to make your flower power even longer in your garden, give them a quick coat of spray paint. If you want to go to another outdoor market with me, check out this video next. Have a great week.